I'm a failed ballerina. I tried it a couple of times when I was a kid. In fact, both times, I think I was a chicken. But I gave it up. There was too many rules to follow. A few years into motherhood, I began feeling the urge to dance so strongly. Perhaps it was seeing how my children danced so naturally. Whenever they heard a beat, they just kind of like move their bodies. Or perhaps it was about me reclaiming my body again and really trying to step into my instincts and trusting myself. I'd wake up and dance in the morning. If we were having a rough day, I'd put on a disco with the kids. If there was a rave or a house party at the weekends, I'd try and wrangle a way to go so I could like rave up. Dancing with drunk people until 4 o'clock in the morning isn't very compatible with family life. But then I discovered ecstatic dance, where you could go and be sober and just be free with your body. And I began bringing ecstatic dance into my retreats and facilitating a few kind of ecstatic dance in the forest moments. Because one of the things I've noticed, like children, all of nature dances too. If you're paying attention, you notice that the leaves are dancing on the breeze, that the waves are dancing in the ocean, that flowers do this beautiful movement towards the sun. Over the last couple of years, I've been sneaking off into the forest to throw some shapes there. And then at the start of this year, I woke up on New Year's Day with the words, "This is the year of dance," in my head. Lucy, in my head, not on my head. And I didn't know really what that meant, but I decided to follow up on my urge to dance even more strongly, which brought me to watching a dancing documentary called Le Grand Bal on the airplane on the way home from the UK. And I watched this movie, Le Grand Bal, on my little screen, surrounded by passengers, and I just wept and laughed and cried the whole way through it. And as the credits rolled, I just felt like, even though I was watching an expression of the past of Europe's folk history, I felt like I'd seen the future. I realized that the only way we're going to get through the next few years, as we're facing climate catastrophe, a revived fascism, potential societal collapse, the only way we're going to get through this sorrow and this grief is by having more ways to activate collective joy. So you met Amy and Alice, they're on board. Right now, I'm just doing a little bit of admin. I'm emailing an amazing creative called Danny, and I'm trying to explain what Dance of Us is. Dance of Us is communities dancing together, expressing the full human experience through movement, embodying our joy, sorrow, hope and grief as a collective. It's folk dance, such as a ceilidh, meets ecstatic dance, such as 5 rhythms. I'm hoping Danny can create a little logo that we can use, because already I'm planning stuff. There's this amazing lady from our local big town. How I came across Fiona was also watching something. It was like a miserable winter day, and I'd snuck up into the mezzanine, and I was just on YouTube typing in traditional circle dances. I absolutely fell in love with this one video. And I wanted to know, is there any circle dancing that happens around my area? So I went onto Facebook and I typed in circle dancing. I was completely alive with this vision of these Sufi men going round and round and round in this act of ecstasy. So I typed into Facebook, circle dancing, and sure enough, starting in 1.5 hours was this thing, circle dancing in Hamilton. So I was like, I'm really sorry, Tim. Bye, girls. I gotta go. And I ran out the door to go and meet Fiona. And for the next couple of hours, I just learned some of the traditional circle dances from around the world. And once again, I thought, this is the future. So, long story short, I've invited Fiona to come to our little village, and I'm gonna get a whole bunch of people in a room to learn some of those dances. Because whilst we're not gonna be doing folk dance, I do want Dance of Us to be rooted in the rich history of circle dancing from all over the world. So I've got to get back on my computer, finish that email to Danny and send out all of the invitations to people to get them to come in a couple of weeks. I'd love to hear your story of dance, if you've ever felt the urge just to dance, dance, dance. And if you know anyone doing any cool community dancing, let me know in the comments. Much love to you, stay radical and keep on dancing, and give me a thumbs up and hit the bell next to subscribe so you get all of my upcoming videos. Mwah!